what's going on, guys? MixedSid here, back again for another review video. I thought it's another beautiful day, another beautiful May Day, and what I'm going to do is do a review. So this is exploring the Asian market. So this is a Chinese spirit. Can you guess what it is? So what I'm showing you here, it is Ming River, which is one of the most popular spirits in the world, especially with the market in China. So it is a Baijiu. So that is the Chinese spirit. In Chinese Mandarin, it means white spirit. So think of it like your sake, but this is a little bit different, as the main ingredient for Baijiu is a chu. As that is a secret ingredient for any Chinese spirit. They sell over 10 billion litres of this stuff every year. That's absolutely incredible, as it's only just starting to get recognition now into Western Europe and the US, as it's mainly been popular in China and in Asia like that. So I want to explore the Asian markets. I've tried sake, now this is the Chinese one, Baijiu, and of course soju, which is the South Korean spirit. So let's get into it. So I got this from the Master of Malt. So with the Ming River, what cost me from the Master of Malt was £40 for this Baijiu. So what it says, Ming River is a Chinese grain spirit, so white spirit, or Baijiu as you call it in China, and this dates back to 1324. So the name the Ming River comes from the Ming dynasty that once ruled China, right from the 14th century to the 17th century. As the Ming dynasty, it took over from the Mongol rule, so that is the follow-on from the Mongol Empire, as it restored control when the Mongols, as a Mongol dynasty, lost control of China. So 1368, I think it was, the Ming took over. And that's where it dates back to, this. So for this, it's been passed down from master to apprentice for 24 generations. So this specific Baijiu comes from Sichuan, which is the Western China. So the temperature and climate develops its naturally bold character, a potent yet refined experience with a cascade of flavour in each drop. So this is a Sichuan Baijiu. So this is 45%. So this is quite strong, a lot stronger than your normal 40%. So it's still got a kick to it. I can't wait to try it. So what it says for Ming River, crafted by China's oldest continuous operating distillery. That's what appealed to me when I bought this Baijiu, especially Ming River. It's won many awards from 2018, 2019, like the finest spirit, and I thought I must try this. So Ming River uses only the finest sorghum grain and purest water. It's distilled in traditional Chinese pot stills, then aged in ceramic for a clean finish. So some of those pot stills, they date back to the 16th century, especially one of them, which is the oldest in China, which is where this comes from. I think 1573, I think the oldest pot still that's still used to this day. It's made the pot still over 100 years old. But to make a Baijiu, it takes 2 to 3 years to properly get it right. So it's not a long process to make Baijiu. And one thing I do like it, I do like the design of this. I think it's quite unique, it's quirky, it's beautifully crafted. I'd probably give it a solid 9 out of 10. That's my opinion. So for design, I'd give it a 9. So price, it's £40. I don't think you can complain too much. Cheapest I found at the minute is mingriver.com, $37, but it just wouldn't be worth it for the delivery price alone. So that'd take it above the 40 quid mark. But when you're paying for quality, I don't think that's a bad price. I'd give that 8 out of 10. So the last thing you want to know is, how does it taste? So with Baijiu, how you drink it is at room temperature. So I've kept it in my bar, it's not been refrigerated, anything like that. So you serve it neat at room temperature. So it's a celebration like any birthdays, any celebration in China. They bring out the Baijiu. What they do, they normally have a very small shot glass. It's a lot smaller than this, probably about half the size. So when drinking a Baijiu, you fill it in a shot glass. So I'm going for half, so normally it'd be a lot smaller like this, but I can hold it, it'd be about this. So this is about 20 ml that I filled up to, so mine's about half my shot glass, just a little bit under. So what I do to celebrate, they say Gonbei, which is a dried glass, so they drink it neat and drink it in one. So Gonbei, and then you show it, just to prove you finished it. I must say, it tastes alone just drinking that neat like that. I can taste all the floral notes of this, and absolutely beautiful. I've got to say, I'm liking that a lot more than the sake that I've had so far, but I can't give a fair comparison to sakes. I've not tried the premiums, I've not tried the best yet. But for that is got plenty of tasting notes that I can taste. Especially floral, and that is beautiful from the Sichuan Baijiu. So with the floral toasting notes of this Baijiu is the anise, that's what I'm tasting, a little bit of pineapple as well. As it's very unique, it's certainly a refreshing Baijiu, I've got to say that right, Baijiu. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put another half shot glass. I'm going to do a proper tasting note, so I'm not going down in one. I'm not going to say Gonbei this time. I'm just going to sip it as I want to enjoy it. So the secret ingredient, like I said before, is the chu. So instead of rice, they ferment it with the grain. So this one is chu, the main secret ingredient to making a baijiu. But certainly very well crafted. I'm absolutely loving this spirit. And the best thing is, like with the Chinese, you normally drink it neat, it's starting to like the Western, because it's starting to go out worldwide, is the Westerners now, because it's going out to the Western world, starting to experiment now in like the Western bars with cocktails. As you think of Baijiu, is, think of an aperitif like that, you have it with food. That's what you normally do when you have a communal, as it's normally served at celebrations. So it's a communal event like that as you're with your family, friends, and you have a celebration. Certainly got a spicy aftertaste in it, what that gives it a little bit more of even better kick, as I just can't get over the tasting notes. It's absolutely beautiful. As my worst phase was, it'd be like a bland spirit, as that's what my first impression was of sake, which is a rice spirit. But this is quality, so I'll have to give sake another chance, as this is certainly up there. It's certainly encouraged me to try more Asian spirits, and I can't wait to try the South Korean soju. I'm probably murdering that. If I am, do let me know in the comments below. How do you pronounce the South Korean one? Soju. That's how I'm pronouncing it. But for this baijiu, it's absolutely fantastic. For tasting notes, if there's any better baijius out there, do let me know. It's, in my opinion, I'm loving it, and I think it's up there. But if there's any better ones that you recommend for me, do let me know in the comments below. That is absolutely beautiful. I'll give it a solid, probably 9.5 out of 10. It's really, really nice, and absolutely loving it. As I will be excited to bring some more cocktails using this Chinese spirit as well. I think that's a market that we can go down. It's absolutely beautiful. It's an untapped world, the Asian market, and I've got to have more of these Asian spirits on my bar. I was going to say, it's about time we went oriental, as this is set in the bar. It's restored my faith in the Asian spirits, as that is absolutely fantastic. So I might as well finish this now. So a Gonbei, dry the glass. I think if you're experimenting in Chinese spirits, this is the go-to to get you started. Ming River, as it's my first ever one that I've had from China, and that is absolutely fantastic. It's beautiful. Mwah. China, you've done it right, and everything about the history of it, especially with the Ming as well. So I love my history. I'm a history buff, and it gets me excited when I see names like Ming River. I never knew I had anything to do with Ming Dynasty, as I just love history like that. I was going to say, fun facts like that. appeals to me, as I must have it even more. It makes it even, because I just love little facts like that. It's just fantastic. So the overall score I'd give for Ming River for this Baijiu is, so we gave it 9 out of 10 for design. I think it's quirky, I love the design about it. Then we gave it 8 out of 10 for price, as it's cost me £40. And then for taste, 9.5. 17. So for this, I've given it 27.5 out of 30, which is just over a 9 out of 10. Ming River, I think this is the highest score I've ever given on this channel for a review video for a spirit. Is this. You are a winner. I can see why it's won so many awards. It's fantastic. So Ming River. So this is Baijiu. So what do you think, guys? Do let me know in the comments below. Any recommendations, especially the Asian spirits, any more that you want me to try on the MixedSid channel, do let me know, as this is Ming River Baijiu. It's from Sichuan, which is out in towards the southwest. As each area does have its own unique taste, as that's what I love about China, especially when you go like northeast like Beijing, they've got a different style of Baijiu. Then you go to Shanghai, they've got a different one out on south. Because they're just fantastic what you can do, especially all the spirits out there. It's just amazing that it took so long for this to come out to the Western world, and what a nice little hidden secret it is. Is China again ahead of the game. But if you do enjoy this content, don't forget to like and subscribe to MixedSid. We're on the road to 2K, as we're very, very close now. So I do appreciate all the support. You've been absolutely fantastic, as we're very nearly there now. But I will be experimenting with cocktails, as I'll let you know how I get on as well, if there's any that I recommend, as I can't wait to experiment with this. But I've been MixedSid. This has been Ming River Baijiu. Gombay.